Yeah.
Okay, here we go. First interview for the Pedigree stage stop race of the season with Fernando. Fernando, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. So, you're back after a year absence.
Yeah, I am. Last year I had a little bit of a medical issue going on with a muscle strain, and I'm glad to be back and aiming for pedigree again this year.
Well, that will have a lot of fans excited. You have a pretty big fan group there. So, what brought you back?
I just love the magic of pedigree, and I just love how the Mars family puts on this crazy event. All the directors, race marshals, everyone that plays such an intricate part in creating this race allows us mushers to live our dream and to participate in something so rare. And so that's why I'm just, that's why I love pedigree, and I'm still trying to figure out this stage racing. It's so different than anything else, and it's like a huge chess game, and I think it's just a challenge I wanna keep, you know, getting after and somehow do better every year.
So, what do you think is the biggest challenge of that chess? Um, so, how do you approach it with having to race so many days in a row?
That's a tough one. I have an athletic background in track and field, cross country, road racing. So a lot of my workouts with the dogs are sort of geared toward that, and sort of, obviously, the distances that they're running in every day at a race like pedigree is, I would say, somewhat similar to a human athlete running like a 10K, or 10K to half marathon. um and so I kind of try to base the workouts sort of with that in mind, having, you don't want an ultra runner, but you don't want a sprinter, but you want someone that can handle mid distance stuff, or not someone, but the dogs. You want the dogs to be able to handle that kind of thing. And so that's kind of the challenge, is figuring out what dogs can handle that sort of, threshold, what dogs can handle training so far and so much. What, like, tough feet is a big thing with us here. One of the main things we battle in Utah, and luckily we live in a cooler part of Utah, but it's still the heat, right? We deal with some heat. So while, our friends up north are starting to train maybe late August, in September, we really can't start until, early to mid October's. It's a little challenging in that respect.
Okay, that was Hans trying to call me. He's trying to probably figure out how to get on Zoom. So
Oh,
I'm
is
calling him back in a minute here. So,
sure.
how has your snow situation been this year?
This year's been great. We have a lot of it. Today, ironically, and yesterday we got like really wet snow, almost rain, and today we had almost just pure rain for the morning. So yesterday's training run was a little eventful. I was soaking wet by the time I was done with my run. The dogs were, normally I let the dogs all off the gang line, and they're running around the truck and playing for 10-20 minutes. And then yesterday, you just wanted to get in the dog boxes, so I think we were all just miserable yesterday. But aside from that, the snow's been good. We're just trying to take advantage of what we have here. Last year was horrible, so better than last year.
So, do you have to track for every run, or can you run from home?
Yeah, I have to travel everyone. So we have a touring operation here at our ranch. The tour dogs stay here. They can run right out of the kennel. We have enough trail system to do that here. But as far as getting a good quality run with the racing, we always have to go off site into the mountains.
So, how far do you have to drive?
Not very far. My furthest drive is maybe 25 minutes is all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but why are you not training from home? What's different on those trails you're driving to?
So our terrain here at the ranch, we're pretty hilly. It's a good amount of climb, and then I would have to go and connect to some of we do have a trail system that's used from a private snowmobile outfit that's around our area, and I could connect into their trails, they said, but getting there is such a challenge. It's such a climb too. I think we almost climb 700-800 feet within a mile and a half ish. So it's quite a climb coming down that thing. When finishing the run, coming into the kennels, it'd be a little they're a little sketchy with those race dogs. So, and then, it's fun. I like to go to different trail sites. So the dogs are happy and they're excited because we switch every training run, and they're just excited to run. And, it's a little better, I think.
Yeah, I used to enjoy trucking too, actually. Well, I didn't enjoy the trucking. I take that back. I
Yeah.
hated the trucking,
Yeah.
but I wanted to give the dogs a different experience. So I did quite a bit of that myself at the time.
Yeah.
So have you run any other race this year so far? Are you going to do anything before Wyoming, or where is that at?
Yeah, we were actually planning to travel to Bighorn to compete in that. We actually got snowed in. The roads going up to Bighorn, up near Sheridan, Wyoming, that was a lot of those roads were closed. And so we just thought, well, we'll just stay at home, get another good training run in instead. We're still on the fence about maybe doing West Yellowstone. I think that's the weekend before Pedigree. So actually maybe 5 days before Pedigree. So I'm still playing around with that idea. I just have to see if I can get another musher to run a B team for me, so I can really kind of make that final cut to see which top 14 dogs I'm going to race with at Pedigree.
Bummer, I'm a little far away.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I could use the help. Really, I could use the help.
So what do you think about the stages being kind of mixed up this year? Teton County being first and then Hilly Lander being second. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my wife about that this morning. Teton County, I love. It's my favorite stage. I love to end on it. But starting out with it, it's great. I think it's going to be fine. But Lander, the second day, that's a climb. That's a real climb. We've always struggled with that stage just because it's a decent climb. And so I don't know. I mean, it's good to switch it up a little bit. For me, for example, it's a nice little different format. So I'm excited about it.
So you got young dogs, old dogs. What do you got?
I've got a mixture of a few older dogs, some veterans, and then definitely most of my team are younger dogs. So I got some dogs a few years back from Bruce Magnuson I've been really working with, and kind of working on lead structure with that. And then more than half my team actually made up of kind of our lines that we've been experimenting with a little bit. So I have 2 to 2 and 3.5-year-olds that are out there that'll be running with me, and I'm excited about it. They're looking really good, but compared to the Canadians up there, I don't I don't know. We'll try our best to hang on, but who can tell?
It's funny. The name of Bruce Magnuson pops up a lot. He has gotten a lot of mushers into this game, so that's pretty cool to see. When I interview people, his name comes up over and over again. So that's very fun.
Yeah, Bruce is such a good guy. I mean, I think that for how much he helps mushers, how much he's there as a support, as a mentor, like I don't know. I feel like he should almost get some kind of some credit for it, because he does a lot, I think, for this sport. All the mushers do, especially all the veterans over at Pedigree. I think a lot of them try to encourage the younger up and coming guys like myself, that are still kind of trying to figure this game out. Bruce has been a great mentor of mine in that respect of how to really attack each stage in training. And sometimes when I'm second guessing myself, he's always there to kind of like, hey, calm down, you're okay, you're gonna do just fine, just try this, and this. And so it's nice. Yeah.
So how many is this for you?
This will be, so I did Eukanuba 8 dog. I ran the main stage twice. Last year would have been my third, but I had to pull out. And so this will technically be my third.
Oh, nice.
My third main stage.
Well, Fernando, I'm looking really forward to seeing you down there. Let's hope we all get down there in one piece.
Yeah.
Are you coming the day before vet check, or when are you putting in?
Yeah, the day before vet check. I only live like 4.5 hours down the road, so I'm really close.
Yeah, well, lucky you. Lucky you. The Canadians have a little longer drive, most of them.
Yeah, it's a drive. Yeah, we went to the Paul one year, and that was a long drive. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think most of the people up north have had not the problem of rain and too warm, and it's been very snowy and cold up north. So
that's what I've heard.
Yeah. So, but Wyoming itself had very late snow and warm temperatures too. So it's going to be interesting to see what mix we end up getting.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too. I was curious even in December when West Yellowstone didn't even have enough snow to run the rodeo, that rodeo race up there. And it was a little alarming, but I'm glad there's enough snow now.
Yeah, I think they have been making up for it. Well, Fernando, thanks for calling me back and have a great night.
Hey, you too, Sebastian. Thank you. We'll see you soon.